Welcome back, guys, to Arkham Horror: The Edge of the Earth campaign. This is the second scenario. This is Ice and Death Part 3. So, because of the resolution of the last one, we start at Part 3. So, from before, we took shelter from strange creatures attacking us in the ice in a cave, and we use Barrier Camp as our sort of base area to work from. Part 3 reads, "There, see it." One of the team members hands you their binoculars and points to the distance. You venture just outside the camp to find a defensible position where you hope you can see the creatures approaching. What you find instead is even worse. Not only are they encroaching on the campsite as you expected, but more are emerging from the ice by the minute. You watch the ice shell split open, and a geyser of multicolored miasma seeps from the cracks. Your companion clutches on your arm and points you in another direction, where you see another geyser spill forth, then another. There has to be an end to them, right? You load the binoculars and tell the rest of the team to prepare for a fight. You don't know if you can hold off these strange creatures or not, but there's only one way to find out. So, as you can see here, we're back at the location before. Everything's back as it was. But instead we started at the camp from last game, so remember we camped at the barrier camp up here. We put clues back on locations that are revealed. We have our in the thick of it down here permanent card, our discipline card, Discipline of Fate, down here. We spawn a sleeping nightmare enemy on the remnants of Lake Camp, with a bunch of Eidolon enemies underneath. And this also reads, so when there are no face down cards beneath Sleeping Nightmare, it gains Hunter. When it's defeated, remove each face down card beneath it from the game. Okay, so the act card reads, under attack. Your camp has been discovered, and now the monsters prowling about the ice and snow are converging on your position. You have only two ways out of this fat nightmare. You must fight or you must flee. Each Eidolon enemy gains victory 0. The camp gains an action. As a group, spend 4 clues to resign. If there are no Eidolon enemies in play, advance, or if each investigator has resigned, advance. So either got to defeat Sleeping Nightmare and any more Eidolon enemies, or get 4 clues and resign. The agenda card, Manifestations of Evil, reads, something stirs beneath the ice. Through the cracks, a vile ichor bubbles forth, its odour pungent and rancid. This agenda would advance if there is at least one face-down card beneath Sleeping Nightmare. Instead of advancing this agenda, remove 2 Doom from play and find Sleeping Nightmare with the most face-down cards beneath it. Choose one of the cards beneath it at random and spawn it at its location. Okay, so every time this agenda advances, we get rid of 2 Doom from this agenda. Take a random card underneath this face down and spawn it at a location next to it. So every 2 turns, we're going to get more enemies spawning and spawning forth. So we've got to be really careful here what we do. So let's begin. So I have already in my deck. We also add 1 frost token to the chaos bag. More fun. I've also put in the Cyclopean hammer in my deck. Use all 5 XP for a big hammer card. So hopefully get a card up. Just shuffle the deck up now just to see what we get. There we go. And let's begin. So I do start with 7 resources because my camp had a shelter value of 7. So we're going to draw 7 cards. I've also picked a new ally. This is Avery Claypool. 3 health, 3 sanity. Uses 5 supplies. As a free action, when investigated at the location, reveal a frost token. During a skill test, exhaust Avery Claypool, spend 1 supply, cancel that token, and reveal a new one. So that's pretty handy for us. I'll put 5 tokens on that to remember. There's 4, there's 5. Let's draw 5 cards and begin. So better get killing these enemies. And kill them fast too. 3, 4, 5. Now I do want a mulligan for a big weapon. Prepare for the worst is great. Search top 9 cards of your deck for a weapon asset added to your hand. World Protection, Elisa Graham. Right, so we're going to save Azure Flame. I guess that's the fight. We're going to get rid of Water Protection and Elisa Graham, I know. And we're going to draw 2 new cards. Emergency Cash. Hey, that was good. Cyclopean Hammer. This card is a beast of a card. It costs 5. It uses 2 hand slots. Fight. Add your willpower to your skill value for this attack. You deal +1 damage to this attack. If you succeed and the enemy is non-elite, you may move at 1 location away from you. If you succeed by 3 or more, you instead deal +2 damage and may move the enemy up to 2 locations away from you. So essentially you can hit enemy, do a lot of damage. If it's not elite and we succeed, we basically push the enemy away from us, push it further away. It's going to be great later on this game here. So first of all, let's get ready for the fight. So I'm going to play Emergency Cash to gain 3 resources. Use N3, take 2 off this to play Cyclopean Hammer. Get that down. And a last action, I haven't got Hunter, so we're okay there. I'm going to avoid the clues. I'm going to go for all-out war. I want to kill everything I can do in this game. I've got +1 combat for this, so it should be pretty good. Let's go for all-out war. Let's go prepare for the worst. Let's play Azure Flame for extra attack, just in case we need to use Azure Flame for some reason. That's how I go over. 3 actions. Enemy phase. On no card goes Hunter. I haven't got Hunter, so we're okay. So we draw a card. Another Azure Flame. Always good. Resource. Doing the agenda. Counter card is Ice Shaft. Test 3 agility. For each frost token you reveal, take 1 damage. If you fail, take 2 damage. So 3 agility. I've got 3 currently. Could do price of power. Let's just go for it, see what we get. Let's have a look. +1, hey. Off to a great start. So I do need to kill this enemy. I can't get too close enough, but I can get pretty close. So what we're going to do is, we're going to move to... I need 1 clue to get to the icy wastes and get from there to there. So I do need another clue. I'm going to move to Rocky Crags. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to use her action, +5 skill value for this test. So we'll need 1 clue. 0. Brilliant. Okay, we've got a clue. Flip it over. I've got to basically perform no test to flip it back over again. Moved, investigated, and I'm going to move back over to where I started. And that's it for this turn. So we're going to draw a card. Oh, a bit of destiny. Okay, flip it, slip to broken side. If I cannot, I've got to take 1 damage and 1 horror. That's not good. That sucks. Okay, so this won't advance. Instead, I've got to spawn a random enemy under this to the bottom one. That's point out location. So we have Glacial Phantasm. And the enemy phase. If it's ready, move it once towards the location of most investigators in player order. Each investigator a Glacial Phantasm location or gets a location, shows the top card of a Tech Elite deck inside deck and looking at it. Don't take 1 horror, so we'll be careful with that. Okay, so encounter card is Polar Mirage. Attach to this location at least 1 clue. Yeah, discover a clue. It's got a meter's card in your hand. That's not too bad. We can ignore that for now. And then get down there and do some killing. Okay, that is going to move. That won't move. So we're going to move to here. Spend a clue. Flip it over. So this reads: treat the modifier of the first frost token revealed during each skill test isolate as -3 instead of -1. Okay, and 2 clues there. Shelter value 4. I might wait here actually. So we're just going to play pair for the worst, top 9 cards for a weapon asset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Weapon, there is nothing there and nothing good. And luckily that's called weakness cards, so that's okay. So for that, nothing happens really. We can ignore that. Anyway, I'll go enemy phase. It's going to move to me. It will attack me, put it there. So it'll take 1 damage, 1 horror. I'm going to take the top card of the Tech Elite Weakness deck into my deck. Let's just shuffle that in. So next turn I'm going to kill this card. And doing the agenda, this card is back over. No skill test taken. Counter card is Apeirophobia. Test willpower, where X is your location shelter value, which is 4. If you fail, you must either take 1 horror for each point you failed by, 2 clues in your location, or add 1 first token into the chaos bag. So we're going to test 4 against 3. That's fine. I'll risk this. Elder sign, yes. Lucky so far, these skill tests. Okay, let's kill this Glacial Phantasm. Okay, so Cephalopian Hammer, fight. So add my willpower to my combat. So I've got 3 plus 4 is 7. plus that is 8. 8 attack against its fight value of 4. 0. I succeeded by 3 or more. I did indeed. I deal 2 damage, so that's 3 in total. And I may move it away from me. I could do that, but it's going to move back, so there's no point really. I'm going to attack again with the hammer, smash at the hammer again, and 8 against -2. Still enough, and we killed this enemy. Victory 0, so out the game it goes. Put it out the way. I'm not going to move yet. I'm going to wait. Watch the cards. Oh, this is getting hard. Okay. We're going to wait to go draw a card. Oh, bit of destiny. I'll flip it over. It's fine. There we go. Enemy phase, something happens. One on there. This would advance. Instead, bottom enemy is going to be spawned. And the bottom enemy is a skittering nonsense with Hunter. Defeated, top card, technically deck is your deck. Okay, that's annoying. So, counter card is Paraphobia. Test X again. Testing 4 again. -2, I did fail. I'm going to put 1 frost token into the chaos bag. That is fine. There it goes. Right, let's do some killing. Okay, so we're going to move over to here. We now engage with the enemies. Put 1 there, and we'll put 1 there. There we go. So now I should really go for this first. So I've got quite a bit fast. Only 3. So we're going to hit the hammer twice. That should do plenty now. We're going to hit this once. So we'll kill this. And hit this again. So we're going to hit this first. Nonsense enemy with a hammer. +1. Easily killed it. Destroyed it in 1 hit. I'm going to go again. So that's 8 against 3 is -2. We didn't do enough for the extra succeeding, but we still did 2 damage. So not too bad. So again there. So now enemy phase. It's going to hit back for 2 damage, 2 sanity. I'm going to put this on my partner, unfortunately, because I don't want to take much damage. 2 there. 1. And 1. I am sorry about that. Okay, I gain a resource. Draw a card. Overpower. Come in handy. 1 due on the agenda. Please don't be an enemy. Oh, thank God for that. Phantasmagoria. If there are no Sleeping Nightmare enemies in play, it gains Surge. Okay, it does. So, find the enemy nearest to me. 1 there. If there are 1 more cards beneath it, there is. Choose 1 at random, spoil its location. Oh, God. That's so annoying. Well, this sounds nasty. Manifestation of Madness from Hunter. When it attacks you, shuffle the top 2 cards of the technically deck into your deck. If you cannot, there's extra damage and horror. Okay, so it's getting hard now. Okay, my go. Let's go for a kill. Well, I've got 7, sorry, of that. So we're going to play. We'll attack it again. Overpower, just in case. Frost token. Not the worst, it's fine. So it's -1, reveal a second token. Alcine token, wait, back over again. That's 2 damage to this. 1 more hit, and we've killed this one. Gonna hit it again, I will draw a card 2 for overpower. Holy Rosemary, always good. Gonna play Azure Flame for extra skill icon. So 9, sorry, against 3, and we get a -2. More enough, this is defeated. Plus all the cards underneath are gone. Remove from the game. That's good. That's all that gone. So all that's left is 1 more enemy here. So we've done 2 hits. If we can do 1 more big hit, we can kill this enemy off. So let's go for it. Let's play Promise of Power. 4 icons, but after this add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, take 2 horror instead. So we've got 4, 12 against this, more than enough. Skull icon, half shelter value. 4, yeah, that's plenty. 3 damage on Elite, that is defeated, that is dead, and this is resolved. So the Cyclopean Hammer did really well here, so let's see what happens. So flip it over. So no enemies in play. This reads, the last of the nightmarish creatures falls, its miasmatic body at once dissolving into an inky prismatic liquid and dissipating into wisps of grey mist filled with screaming shapes, then silence. Resolution 1. Resolution 1 reads, in cruel bitter silence, you and your remaining companions trudge onward. The sun drifts to the horizon but never sets. You have seen no sign of danger for hours, yet you dare not tarry. Dread compels you on. Only when you are too tired to walk any longer do you finally stop to get your bearings and decide how to proceed. After all, is this even a research expedition any longer? In your campaign log, record the team defeated the hunting creatures. Win XP equals the victory display of each card in the victory display, and an extra 5 bonus experience as they have gained insight into the entities that dwell in Antarctica. Expedition team section of the campaign log, record damage and horror on each partner in play. Complete the game, you not return to the scenario remaining in the campaign. Proceed to Interlude 1, Restful Night. So Restful Night reads, safe at last. You and the main members of the expedition team take stock of your situation. You've lost several members of the team, but your numbers remain strong. Part of you knows that staying any longer would prove foolish or deadly, but a great many questions crowd your thoughts, demanding answers despite your worries. What were those uncanny, phantasmal creatures? What happened here after Dyer's expedition left the icy waste behind? You and others discuss the situation at length and consider various plans. Some believe in the total abandonment of the expedition, but to return empty-handed now would prove disastrous for the university, frustrate the scientific community, possibly cost the remaining crew their careers. After all, very few believe Dyer's outlandish claims. Who believe this? In the end, you decide to press onward. Another flight is out of the question, of course. That thing in the sky must still be out there. It was a miracle you survived one airplane crash, let alone 2. No, there's only one way to reach the site described in Dyer's report now. You must travel on foot. The decision made, you retire to get what meagre rest you can before the grueling trek ahead. You only have enough time to check on a few team members, regardless of if they're crossed out or not. One at a time, choose and read 3 of the sections below. 4 instead if the team fled to the mountains. If the game effect of the chosen section cannot be performed and does not count as total, and you may choose a new section instead. Once you've read the appropriate number of sections, proceed to Restful Night 2. So I've got to choose 3 characters to check on. I'll check on Avery Claypool because he's there, and Amy Kensler, who's had in the last game, so if she's alive. The leader of the expedition gives you a little head as you enter her tent. Her eyes are instead glued to a microscope in front of her. She appears to be studying the glob of inky multicolored ichor in a small petri dish. She must have recovered some of that gunk earlier. You ask if she thinks it's safe to study so closely. Of course not, she responds in dry monotone, but sometimes progress requires an element of jeopardy. It's true, in a way. You only hear it all because the team decided to put themselves at risk in order to confirm the truth behind Dyer's report. You ask Dr. Kensler what she discovered. Frustratingly little. Physiologically speaking, the substance is unlike anything I've ever seen. I'm not even completely sure it's a liquid. It seems to possess qualities of all 3 states of matter. She finally sets the microscope aside, covers the dish, and meets your gaze. It would be fascinating if it wasn't trying to kill us. In your campaign log, record Dr. Kensler is sharing her research with you. Okay. So we'll go to Avery Claypool. Claypool is examining the map of Ross Ice Shelf as you approach, tracing her fingers over topographical lines. You're supposed to have better weather conditions, he explains as you hunch over him. I don't know how or why, but something's messing with the weather patterns here. We're getting hit with storms too sudden, even at Antarctica. The temperature variance is close to what we would find in the winter. You ask Claypool if there's anything that could be done to prevent further hardship. The inclination might be to hunker down, he replies, and surely there are some among us who are too exhausted to go on. There are others who feel the opposite, that we should leave immediately and find safety elsewhere. I believe the best course of action is somewhere in between. He taps the map in front of him, again beckoning you closer. These storms are hitting fast and hard. You have to find that opening and move out on the moment one lets up, he explains. You nod in approval. You stay safe, remove 1 frost token from the chaos bag. In addition, if Rhodes Alsworth is still alive, which they are, curious, you pry a bit, asking Claypool what the deal is between him and Alsworth. Oh, Rold? He stammers, avoiding your gaze. He's just so damn stubborn and hard to read. You raise an eyebrow. Okay, it's more than that. He's a loner, but his very nature. Getting close to someone like that, he sighs, and to muster up the words, is difficult for both parties. But worth it, you observe out loud. Yes, I suppose it can be, replies with a smile, sometimes. On to Restful Night 2 reads, silence falls over the camp. One by one, the team falls into deep slumber. You try your damnedest to get some rest yourself, but every time you close your eyes, the image of those phantasmal creatures comes sleeping behind your eyelids, and you shoot awake. You wonder morbidly if death is the only way you'll ever rest on this journey. So check the Expedition Team section of the campaign log. If there are 3 or more names crossed out, proceed to Wrestling Night 3. Otherwise, skip to Scenario 2, The Forbidden Peaks. So you skip out this one, and next up for us is The Forbidden Peaks. Okay. And that is it for Ice and Death Part 3. A bit confusing to miss out Part 2, but I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. The Cyclopean Hammer did wonders. Getting that card early on was fantastic. Any questions about this game, this deck, this character, or this campaign, or Arkham Horror in general, comment down below. As always, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.